All right, class, for today's lesson, you need practice 3-6 worksheet, as well as a pencil and a calculator. As usual, I'm doing this video a day ahead of schedule. So if Mrs. Click has said there's certain numbers that you do not have to complete, then you don't have to complete those and we can fast forward through that portion. However, am going to do all of them. Let's take a look at number 1. A computer store bought a program at a cost of $10 and sold it at a selling price of $13. Find the percent markup and round to the nearest whole number. All right, let's go ahead and use this. Percent increase, because it did say find the markup. Up is an increase. Over 100 equals the amount of increase over the original amount. And yes, you need to write all that. Okay, so they want us to find the percent. If they want us to find a percent, they don't know what it is, and it's going to be our variable. Over 100. Now, what is the 10 and what is the 13? It says it bought a program at a cost of $10 and sold it at a selling price of $13. What's my original amount? Yeah, it's $10. It's what I originally bought it at. How will I find the amount of increase? I'll write it in red. 13 minus 10. What do I get when I do 13 minus 10? I get 3. Let's go ahead and cross multiply. 10 times x is 10x equals 3 times 100 is 300. Draw my imaginary line. What do I do next? Divide both sides by 10. And I get 30% increase. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says a music store bought a CD set at a cost of $20. When the store sold the CD set, the percent markup was 40%. Find the selling price. Okay, here we go. I have to do percent increase, because again, it was a mark up. Percent increase over 100 equals amount increase over original. Now, in this case, do we know what the percent is? Sure, it told us. It said 40%. 40 over 100. Now, do we know what the original amount was? Yeah, we do. It's 20. We need to find the amount of increase. All right, so let's go ahead and do 100 times x is 100x equals 20 times 40. What do you get when you do 20 times 40? Yeah, you get 800. Divide both sides by 100, and we end up with $8. Now, we have to make this make sense. It says a music store bought a CD set at its cost of $20. So the music store actually bought that CD for 20 bucks. They want to make some money. When the store sold the CD, they sold it for, well, did they sell it for $8? Does that make sense? The store would buy it for 20 and then sell it for 8? No, because this isn't the selling price. This is the amount of increase. This is the amount they marked it up. So how do I find the selling price then? If the CD cost $20 and they marked it up $8, how do I find the selling price? I have to add the numbers. $20 plus $8 gives me $28. That's how much they sold it for. Very good. Let's take a look at number 3. All right, so number 3 says, during a sale, a dress is marked down from a selling price of $60 to a sale price of $57. What is the percent of mark down? So we know that this is a markdown. This is a decrease. And we're going to write it as percent decrease over 100 equals amount decrease over original. Okay, do we have a percent? Do we know what the percent is? No, it says what is the percent. So if they don't know, then we have to figure it out. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so then we have our original amount. What is the original amount? 60, very good. How do we find out what the amount decreases? I'm going to get my red pen ready. 60 minus 57, very good. What is my answer? 3, very good. Now I can go ahead and 60x equals 3 times 100. What am I doing to both sides of this? I'm dividing by 60. Very good. And when I divide by 60, what do I get? Do I get a 5% increase or decrease? Decrease. So the dress has been marked down 5%. All right, let's take a look at number 4. It says a $300 suit is marked down by 20%. Find the sale price. Round to the nearest dollar as needed. All right, so let's do this. We're doing a markdown, so it's a percent decrease over 100 equals amount of decrease over original. And yes, you need to be writing this. All right, we know that 100 goes here. Do we know what the percentage is? Yes, it's 20. All right, how about the $300 suit? It's $300. Is that the amount decreased or the original amount? Yeah, it's the original amount. It's $300. That's the cost of it. And so we don't know what the amount decrease is. Let's go ahead and do 100 times x. We get 100x equals 20 times 300. What do we get? You get 6,000. Divide both sides by 100. How much money are they marking down the suit? How much money are they taking off the suit? Yes, $60. Now let's take a look at this. It wants us to find the sale price. Well, we know that the suit is $300. Does that mean that we're getting the suit for 60 bucks? No. The store marked it down $60. We still have to find the selling price of the suit. We're not going to have to pay as much for the suit. We don't have to pay $300, but we're not going to pay $60 either. How do we figure that out? If it's on sale, it started at $300, but now we're marking it down $60. How do I figure that out? Yeah, I have to subtract $300 minus $60 gives you the sale price of $240. Yes. So now you can buy that suit for $240 instead of $300. You have to remember whenever it asks for the selling price or the sale price, this is what they want you to do. There's an extra step that you have to do. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5 says the selling price of an item is $600. After 6 months of not selling, it is marked down by 30%. After another 6 months of not selling, it is further marked down by 20%. Find the sale price after both markdowns. All right, this is exactly what we've been doing, except we have to do it twice. I will tell you that the 6 months part we really don't need. We just need to know that it's a time period that after it, they mark it down more. We'll talk about it in just a second. All right, so we have got an item that is $600. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just do the line equals line this time. You can put 100. What's the percent for the first time they mark it down? This is the first time they mark it down. Yeah, it's 30% marked down. What was the original amount or the selling price? $600. Good. This is what we don't know. 100x equals, what's 30 times 600? 18,000. Very good. What do we get when we divide that? $180. Very good. But that's not how much they're selling it for. The item is $600. They marked it down 30%. How do we figure out how much the item will cost now? Yeah, you have to take the $600. You have to minus row 180, which gives you what? $420. So the store had an item that cost $600. It was not selling, so they put it down 30%, and now people could buy it for $420. So it sat on the shelves for 6 more months, and at $420, it still wasn't selling. So they marked it down again. They marked it down by 20%. What am I going to put here? What did they took 20% off of something. Did they take 20% off the original $600, or did they take 20% off of 420? Yeah, they took it off of 420. It wasn't selling at 600, so they brought it down and put it on sale for 420. When it didn't sell at 420, they put it even further down by 20%, and we'll figure out how much that is in just a second. 100 times x is 100x. What is 20 times 420? 8,400. Divide both sides by 100. What do you get as a dollar amount? $84. Now, does this mean that this item that they were originally selling for $600, we can now buy for 84 bucks? No, it doesn't. What do I have to do here? Remember, this item is not $600 anymore. It's $420. We have to use the $420, then subtract the $84 to get what? $336. So if you take an item that was $600 and you mark it down 30%, and then 6 months later you mark it down another 20%, the final cost of it is $336. All right, let's take a look at number 6. All right, number 6 says, a computer store buys a computer system at a cost of $465.60. The selling price was set at $776, but after a year, the computer did not sell. The store then advertises a 40% markdown on the $776 computer system. Find the sale price, round to the nearest cent. Right. So we want to do percent of increase or decrease. Decrease, it's a markdown. amount of decrease over original. I know the hundreds is here. Can I fill in the percent? I sure can. It's 40. How about over on the other side? Yeah, let's look for the selling price. That will give us the original. 776. This number we don't need right now. 100x equals, what's 40 times 776? Should get 31040. What do you get? Yeah, $310. And what is that? How do I make that into money? Gotta keep that zero on it. $310.40. Good. Now, is that how much they're paying for the computer system? No, it's not. It's how much they can take off of the computer system. So now we need to start with the original amount, which was 776. And because it's a markdown, we're going to minus the answer we got. $310.40 gives you what? $465.60. All right, let's go ahead, take a look at number 7. All right, number 7, I want you to circle because you absolutely can try that by yourself. I also want you to circle number 8. Please don't do anything with that right now, just circle them. They're ones that you are going to be completing on your own. All right, let's take a look at number 9. It says a department store buys 300 shirts at a cost of $7,200 and sells them at a selling price of $30 each. Okay, so we are going to need this information because it truly is going to help us with the top of our numerator. However, we need to do something with this information first before we can do our normal percent over 100 and all that good stuff. If the department store buys 300 shirts at a cost of this much, we first need to find out how much they're paying for each shirt. How do you find out how much they're paying for each shirt? How do you find the unit rate? I'm going to go over to the side. Yeah, unit rate means divide. What will I be dividing by? 7,200 divided by 300. What do you get when you do that? Yeah, you get $24. So you need to know that the original cost is $24. If you use this information and this information, and you look back to a problem like number 3, you can finish this problem with no problem at all. So go ahead right now and finish question number 9, and then please go back and complete 7 and 8. We're only going to give you about 5 minutes. We have some other stuff to do. So if after 5 minutes you don't have this stuff complete, that's okay. It just needs to become homework. Please make sure when you are finished that you get the homework put away and you also put your calculator in your pouch.